Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is cryptocurrency. What is good, guys? I wanted to hop on here and do another video. It's actually going to be two for the day. So two things. Definitely, I'm pushing for that 1,000 subs. So guys, please, if you haven't already, and if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm really looking forward to get to 1,000 subs so that I can begin streaming. And obviously, if you can stream live, you can reach more people, and so I can bring more awesome content about the digital asset space as a whole, but mostly about the greatest digital asset ever created, and that is XRP. So guys, so check this out. So I touched on this in my video earlier today, and I apologize because I didn't upload that video until like 4 in the afternoon or something, some kind of madness, maybe even 5 o'clock. So I apologize for that, even though I recorded it early this morning. But I touched on just briefly, some of my thoughts about the Holy Grail video that Brad Times did with Lee from SPQR Media and from Mickey B, Mickey B knocked it out of the park. If any of you guys know of a way to get in contact with him, please let me know in the comments. Perhaps he has a Twitter. I'm not too familiar with Twitter. I'm not on it a lot. Maybe he has a Twitter thing that I can look him up, and I like to connect with him for sure. So if any of you guys know, please let him know that Crypto Siege is trying to get in contact with, trying to connect with him. Definitely love to talk with him. But so here's the other thing. In that video, I talked about briefly how I did a video months back, and I referenced the movie The Inside Man. And in that video, I talked about, I think I titled the video, XRP, is it really for the banks, or is it really helping the banks? And my idea behind that video was seeing the broader, bigger picture about what XRP is really doing. And I talked about it in the video earlier today, if you want to listen to it. Right? And so, lo and behold, because I thought, again, I pointed to, in this morning's video, I pointed to, I think it's 1 hour and 19 minutes into the video, Mickey B Fresh shows a slide, and it talks about the pros and cons, or the advantages or disadvantages for the banks in this whole USDX concept that is taking place, that is going to happen. And it pointed to transparency, and it was another thing that was, and it probably looked at it from the central bank's perspective as a disadvantage, but to us, obviously, it is an advantage. And I talked about how XRP made that happen, the transparency, because the bank's one of the biggest weapons they had was the lack of transparency. Right? The lack of transparency, even if it's between the bigger banks and the medium-sized banks and the smaller banks. No, most people don't even know that, the 5 to 8 major banks take advantage of the mid-sized and smaller banks. The masses just think as the banks. They just say the banks are taking our money and blah, 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 blah. And a lot of people don't even know that the middle banks and the smaller banks are, being charged, in essence, to be able to participate in the whole complete banking system. And they take those fees and charges and they put it on us. That's why there's, return check fees, and that's why there's, negative interest on your accounts. That's why you can't get any interest at all on checking accounts, because of this system and the way it's set up. And I pointed out, because of XRP, they're going to change things like that. I pointed out in that video from months ago, the revolution starts from within. And XRP and their genius tackled a problem. One about tackling a problem from the inside. And, it was easier, in my opinion, it's easier to push the cross-border payments as a way to get inside and tell the banks, yeah, we're saving you a certain kind of money. Absolutely. But ultimately, there was a bigger goal. They had to get into the door. And there's a book about how you strategically market yourself to get into the door, and don't, if you show your hand and do it from a different way and grab up all the market, and for example, not make the ILP open source, right, and not gift it, try to charge for it, and all those different kind of things that Ripple did not do, right? You got to get the psychology behind what they're doing. It's genius. And so that's just what I was pointing out in that video from months ago. And if you see it in my videos, it's that's the title of it. XRP is really for the banks. And then I think I have as a thumbnail the movie Inside Man with Denzel Washington and Jodie Foster, that type of thing like that. It's a good video. Definitely want to check out. So, but then I get this news today, checking out the Digital Asset Investor, and apparently, what's the company? BitTrue had an event out in Amsterdam. Xign, who has obviously got picked up by Ripple and Xign because of his genius and the things that he was doing with with the tip bot, etc. XRPL Labs, I believe is the name of his company, is coming out. It's in the works, an app. It's called Xign, and it's using the X and from the XRP, IGN, Xign. And the concept, I'm going to look it up more today when I get home, but the concept is a bank is having a bank account without having a bank. Let me say that again in case you guys couldn't hear me. It's just ringing. Having a bank account without having a bank. So we keep hearing about this banker's coin and all this other kind of stuff. And again, I told you about the videos that I've made. What I believe wholeheartedly is the exact opposite. That this is in fact exactly rolling out, exactly the way the movie Inside Man worked, where the vast majority of people in the movie and who watched the movie thought that those people were robbing the bank, right? And when in actuality, what they were doing was exposing the bank and its misconduct, and the ills that it did. And this was in particular the bank president benefiting, profiteering from the madness that happened, to the Jewish community, right? And the Nazis and that whole 9 yards, right? And again, I believe the same thing is happening today. Think about that. An app that's going to essentially, you're going to have a bank account without having the bank. Now tell me what that, and if it's Xign, and if it's XRPL Labs putting it together, obviously XRP is going to be in the mix. So again, please tell me how XRP is not, tell me how it's not exposing. It's an inside job. Because now the ball is rolling. They can't stop it. They can't stop all the different use cases that are going to come from XRP. They can't stop it. The banks are in trouble, especially if they don't pivot. And sure, there are going to be some bones thrown, and sure that even with this whole USDX thing, that more than likely the central banks are going to be validators or part of the validators, or some of the validators. Sure, the central banks are not going to, want to give away all the control, but certainly the money, the mass amount of money, that's going to be a different thing. If they want to participate and win here, they're going to have to participate in the ecosystem that is XRP. And we get to participate in that. You understand? The average Joe and the average Jane gets to participate in this ecosystem. And we have a shot to create generational income. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, check that out, guys. Check that out. If you know more about it, please let me know in the comments. But that's massive. XRPL Labs, Xign, an app It essentially allows you to have a bank account without the bank. And you know that XRP, the greatest digital asset, will be involved, will be in the mix of that whole thing. Just think about that, guys. Just think about that. So I just wanted to hop on here again for those two things. Number one, guys, please, if you haven't already, if you enjoy the content, please smash the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm on a race. I'm on a mission to get to 1,000 subs so we can begin doing a live stream, because things are about to happen, and I would love to be able to continue to bring content, share my perspective, so that we can knock things out of the park for the whole digital asset space, but most importantly, for the greatest digital asset ever created, that is XRP. So guys, listen, never ever forget, old money doesn't want you to win. Old money doesn't want you to play in the same field, the same sandbox that they play in, which allows you to allow your money to work for you. They want us to continue to remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. This is our chance to win, guys. This is your chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. The battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.